Hi everybody, my name is Kenton DeYoung. This is Kenton DeYoung Travel, and it's 8:15 in the morning. Perhaps for some of you that's not early, but for me, to make a video at 8:15 in the morning, usually I do them at night. So this is completely opposite, and that's why it's so bright behind me right now. Thankfully, we have this ring light now that I talked about in the last video, so you can actually see me. Otherwise, I would just be a silhouette. So in today's video, we're unboxing a box of goodies I got from Europe 10 years ago when I went there in 2011. And when I went to Europe there, I just bought everything I could. Maps, tickets, souvenirs, postcards, anything I could get my hands on. I was nervous, unsure how to do laundry in Europe, so I just bought a t-shirt in every single city I went to wear that t-shirt. Completely, I was a huge tourist, right? It was terrible. And of course, because they're all European t-shirts, none of them fit me because they're all European cuts, and it didn't work out very good. I think I donated all those shirts a couple years ago. Anyway, in this box today, this box holds bags from my trips to Japan, my trips to New York, my trips to Europe, and inside this box and all these bags are postcards. I don't know how many postcards right now, but you and I are going to go through this together. We're going to find these postcards, and whatever amount of postcards I have, I'm going to send to you. So in the bottom in the description of this video, there's a link to go fill out a form to get your own postcard. And I don't know how many we have. Okay, so we might have 12, we might have 7, right? So get your name in the below, put your address down there, and if I have enough postcards, I'll send it to you. If I don't have enough postcards, you just get a postcard from Regina, which is cool if you're not from Regina, but if you are from Regina, it's kind of a bummer. Anyway, we'll see what's in the bag. There's a lot of stuff in here from other trips, like I said, so I might take some digging around to find it. It has been 11 years, right? We'll start off with this first bag. We're going to go through it all, talk about whatever's inside, and if there's a postcard, we'll send it to you guys in the mail. And this is probably going to be out of chronological order because it's been here for like a decade. I know this bag. So this bag is from Amsterdam, from the Bulldog. I think it's a cafe. Essentially, it's a place where you can buy weed, which now isn't that exciting, but back then it was like, oh, I can get weed. I can buy weed here. I think now they don't even sell weed to tourists in the Netherlands anymore, in Amsterdam, but they did then, and now you can buy it here. This is the museum. 𝗙𝗿𝗲𝗄𝗏. It's all in Dutch. And that's also all in French. So I don't know what this place is. It's a nice little building in Amsterdam, though, whatever it is. Experience Holland. Visit the 𝗙𝗿𝗀𝗁. I think I picked up everything. Like any piece of paper I could get my hands on, I would do it. This village looks cute. It has like a windmill and a little big wooden buildings with orange roofs. Like that's kind of cute. Really makes you miss travel, huh? The canal cruises, huge thing over there, all across Europe. Canal cruises. Oh, this is one thing I wish we had in Regina. I remember seeing this and thinking, wow, this sounds awesome. It's the Torture Museum. Medieval exhibition, punishment and instruments of torture since 1985. Scaring the hell out of you is exactly what the Inquisitors had in mind. Oh, cool. So we got like this thing with the spikes on it. I just always got so dark so quickly. We're not even 7 minutes into this. And you would wheel it down, it would like crush their head. And you got like this one, everyone knows that when you kind of stand with your hands and your head up, stuck in there. Oh, cool. Cool. I was gonna read it and realized it was in Dutch. It's so similar to English as any of this. There we go. Every European town had its pillory in the market. It's called pillories. In the marketplace, the infamous mark of punishment were part of everyday life. And this thing By constructing a hell on earth, the Inquisitors drew attention to the exceptional gravity of the crime of heresy. Oh, it was used for heresy. I think this is the Iron Maiden here, yeah. The procedures of the Inquisition, shameful and corporal punishments, the persecution of heretics and witches. And down here, with these individuals all dressed up, it says, "He who lusts for quarrel and hate shall carry me around the state." I don't know what that means. Anyway, looks like an awesome museum. I never got to go there. Maybe one day. And then, of course, new for 2010, the Amsterdam Dungeon. 500 years of dark history, 11 shows and 7 actors. And that would be something I would love to go to as well. Again, that was 11 years ago. Here's the Anne Frank house. A museum with a story. And here it is again in German, I think. This is our itinerary from our tour guide, Philip. And it says here it's Philip's Hot Tips for Amsterdam. Oh, here's a postcard. This one is from Holland. There's a couple here now. This is from Amsterdam. Again, to get these postcards, all you have to do is just fill out the link in the description below. And again, I don't know how many I have. Here's another one. That looks so nice, actually. With the fog and the windmill. Oh, I wish I was there. And then here's another one in Amsterdam. And the tulips of Amsterdam. Breda, I do not know where Breda is in the Netherlands, but looks nice. Here's the ticket to Theater Casa Rosa, and this was a sex theater we went to. I know this video isn't made for children, but I will not get into details of what we saw in the sex theater. I did an article about that once, and I don't think I even shared it because I'm like, this is too much for my readers. Something that you don't have to. But to understand it, you have to experience it for yourself. And visitor's guide. What are these coasters? It's coasters from the Bulldog. It says Anne Frank house on the cover. Oh wow, these are postcards from the Anne Frank house. There's one. There's some. I didn't know I had these. What's this? Doesn't say. It just says warehouse. Is this? It's a page book from her diary. Here's pictures of Anne Frank. And here's my favorite picture of is it Otto? Yeah, Otto Frank. Standing in after the war was over. Those got dark. I'm sorry. I forgot I had those. A map of Amsterdam. Yeah, with my 10-year-old writing on it still. I'll keep that. Not that I'll ever use it or look at this map again, but hey, you never know. Someone might. The Anne Frank house ticket. Wow. I told you I got a lot of postcards. Here's postcards of the Bulldog. And another postcard of Amsterdam in the winter. That's one city. I have so many postcards. I'm not even... Oh my goodness, that's one city out of, I think we went to 8 or 9. The London Eye. A lot of postcards in this one. My WestJet ticket. Don't care about that. Pubs of London. It's a postcard. London. I actually used this postcard in my article about sending postcards home to people you love when you travel. Use that one. Perfect gift. London Eye. Ballad on March 11th. Where's that? 2011. St. Paul's Cathedral. Well, I must have gone to St. Paul's and came back from my main trip because this is March 25th, which is it today? No, it's a couple days from now. kept a napkin from Pret. And it was this restaurant I went to like every day in London because it was like fresh fruit and meat and sandwiches. And like, oh, I loved it. And I went to Pret when I was in Hong Kong too, because it was like I was just getting back from Hong Kong Island and I was exhausted and hungry. And I think I hopped up on like one of those walkways and I was walking through Kowloon and there was a Pret and I just freaked out. It's a Pret. It's something I recognize with food that I recognize. And I love Pret. I wish there was a Pret here. I would go there every day. Here is a postcard from St. Paul's Cathedral. Postcard of London and the London Eye. Windsor Castle. Another one of England, of London, sorry. London Eye. Trafalgar Square, Piccadilly Circus, Guards Tower of London. Tower of London. That's what it is. Tower Bridge, St. Paul's Cathedral, House of Parliament, Buckingham Palace. Alright. Another one of London. This is St. Paul's Cathedral. They gave this to me on the street. And it's like a tattoo piercing angel of tattoo place. I'm pretty sure it's like a gentleman's club, and I had no interest of going to that. I had to go to the St. Paul's Cathedral. I'm not going to some angel of tattoo gentleman's place. It's Mickey's Fish from London. What's this? The Plus Bus Pass. I think I did use that actually. St. Paul's Cathedral, visitor information. Oh, here on the back they have a thing for Wicked and for a rock of We Will Rock You with Queen. You are 100 meters from London's favorite gift shop. I am way further away than 100 meters from that now. Lunch platter. Nice to see the pound symbol again. I don't know the last time I saw that. Here's the wow, monument. The Great Fire of London monument. I can't remember what it's called, but literally all it says on it is monument. So I apologize that I don't know what it was. This big tower. Bus pass. Top Secret Comedy Club. Everybody, this is a top secret comedy club. It's located at 38 King Street, Covent Garden, in London. Okay, it's not secret anymore. The internet knows. The St. Paul's thing. I like St. Paul's. This must have been from my last day in St. Paul's. The bus pass again. What's this? My tickets to Shakespeare's Globe. This is my bedroom card at the Imperial Hotel in Russell Square. Here's just the monument. They built this thing after the Great Fire of London. And you can climb all the way up. But it's like a stone staircase that's in a spiral. And like halfway up, and you're already dead. Like it's tight, it's exhausting, but it's like, well, you can't go down because it's one way. Because they didn't build it for tourists, right? They built it as a monument. This is Welcome to London, 2011. They were just going into the royal wedding. I think the Olympics were going to be the next year, so they had lots of stuff going on. I had headphones. I got these on the plane. Nice. I will use them again if they still work. Contiki documents. Here we go. This is, looks Italian. It's just a whole bunch of text. See what it is. But I'm pretty sure it's Italian. It means it could be from Venice, Rome, or Florence. It's Dutch. Oh, sorry, it's Swiss. Wow. Explains the Italian though, because they speak it in Switzerland too. It's a city guide of Lucerne in 2011. And it's all in Swiss. So, I don't know what it says. Here's a list of things to see in Lucerne, which is actually a really nice Swiss city. It wasn't that big. It wasn't like loud and noisy like other European cities. It was very nice. Oh, here's some postcards. So here's a postcard from Lucerne. This is from Tower Bridge. Here's the bridge again. Here's Lucerne in the winter. Lucerne with all their many swans. That's it. All right. Flip's hot tips for Lucerne. Okay, well, no need to read that. And my map of Lucerne. Like, it's not that big of a place. Oh, you can see all the words through it because of the sun. Oh, well then. Never mind. It was nice, though. I would go back to Lucerne. It's postcards again. This is Leonardo Leatherworks in, I think it's in Florence. Fiennes? I think it is Florence. It was also a nice place. Crazy history in that place, though. This is a Flip's Hot Tips. Yeah, Flip's Hot Tips for Florence. And then a thing about, I don't know, some song in Florence. It's a pass into the cathedral roof walkways. I don't even remember us going on, unless that was the restaurant we stayed at. Here's a postcard of Florence. Another postcard of Florence. Inside St. Maria di Florine. And it's not to be censored for YouTube, but it's a picture of David. In all his glory. Map of Venice. Oh, wow. Here's a postcard inside of Venice, inside one of the cathedrals. Here's some religious. It's in Italian. The entrance to Jerusalem, mosaic of the ceiling of the right side of 13th century. It's hard to see because of the ring light, right? There, if I angle like that, you can see it. Wow, this is huge. Basilica of St. Mark's Atorium, Genesis Dome, 12th century. Yeah, Venice. Venice? Venezia. That's Venice, right? I thought that bridge was in Florence. But no, that bridge is in Venice, obviously. Basilica San Marco. This is Piazza San Marco with the flooding they had. And Leonardo di San Marco. And my Italian is terrible. Oh, here, another one. Just fold it up. And here's this Venice from the water. And this looks like Flip's hot tips for Venice. All right. Thanks again, Flip, for all your hot tips. Roma, 20 colored postcards. So I didn't know I got this. Okay, so we got the Spanish steps, which are these steps that go up to the Piazza di Spagna, Plaza España. I don't remember what the church is on top of it, but the steps lead up to it. They say if you go to the top and turn around, it's the most beautiful view in the world. I did that. It was okay. Here's Roma. It just says Piazza Navona. It's just a plaza with a monument in the middle. Looks like some traffic on the sides. Oh, this must be the Vatican Citadel statue of St. Peter. It's a statue, a green statue of this man sitting. Of a man. St. Peter. Just some guy. You might not know him. Here's Roma, Piazza San Pietro. It's the plaza in front of the Vatican, full of people. Could be Easter. Roma, same place. This time, less people. Also in daytime. We got Roma, Basilica di San Marta Mengoria. My Italian is terrible. It's a plaza with a big monument kind of thing in the middle. Here is, I believe it's the creation of man inside the Citadel in the Vatican. It's, again, a picture I'll have to censor, of God and man about to touch fingers. Wow. This is inside the Vatican. Guinzo Universal. It must be the creation of the universe or something like that. And there's a lot going on here. Angels on the top, man in the middle, demons in the bottom. It's a lot. I can't describe it. Some lucky person's gonna have to figure that one out. We have the mouth of truth. They say if you tell a lie and you put your hand inside the mouth, they'll bite it off. And that's how they would know. And there was a story about that. I think it was I can't remember, something about adultery, and the wife tricked the mouth, so the mouth never worked again. Can't remember how it went. It's on my blog, but again, that blog is like 11 years old, right? So I can't remember. But there's the reason the mouth truth doesn't work anymore, and I think it's some woman tricked it. Here we have, again, the Spanish Steps and other scenes around Rome. We have the Colosseum, which was pretty cool, actually. I wish I could have gone down to like the main area of the Colosseum where they had like the gladiator battles, but we couldn't get down there. But some people could, so we would get on the wrong tour. Someone else, other people were down there. Here we have, it looks like it's the Pantheon. Here's you got like a trio. You got San Pietro's Plaza in the Vatican. You got I just said it's the Pantheon, and you got the Colosseum. Oh, here's Trevi Fountain, which is a fountain with Poseidon and looks like, I don't know, sure who they are beside him, other demigods, and the green water coming off there, and a variety of different aquatic creatures around them. I took one just like this, actually. This is the Vatican City, the St. Peter's Basilica from far away, and you got the water and the bridge and the trees. I took one just like that, but there's a boat in mine, and it was like a gross like fishing boat, not like a pretty tour boat. And again, another one, pretty much the same thing as the last picture, sunsets of St. Peter's Basilica from a ways away. And Trevi Fountain, I took a lot of postcards, I guess, from Rome. Trevi Fountain. Again, with the Colosseum, this one has a bit of a reflection in the water. That's pretty nice. This is going to be Flip's Hot Tips. Flip's Hot Tips for Rome. But they didn't censor. They must have changed the font because the O isn't like where it should be in Rome. Roman Forum. I should have read these, actually. I even put a square around Spanish Steps because my brother-in-law Steve said he really wanted to see that when he was in Rome, and he didn't get to go see it. Here we go. So it's a little bit out of the beaten path. It says places off the beaten track, and actually I went to it. And my photography skills weren't good enough to take a picture of it, but you can. Maybe now I could. Probably not, even. Keyhole of the Knights of Malta. Here's something a little quirky. The wooden doorway that leads to the gardens of the Sylvan Order of Knights of Malta possesses a keyhole with a view. Head right to top of Via di Santa Sabina to Piazza di Cavalier di Malta, and you'll see the door. Have a look through the keyhole, and you'll see none other than the dome of St. Peter's Basilica, framed by the hedges of the garden within. Worth a trip just for the photo. Yeah, and it is, if you can get the photo. My camera time would not focus on that, and I got a picture of the keyhole. And there's a lineup to take that picture too, so I didn't want to stand around and fiddle with my camera. And here's my map of Rome. It's very heavily drawn on. And I think shopping here, South Rome, North Rome, jeez. Oh yeah. So here is up here. Sorry, this is tough for you guys to see. Up here is the Vatican, right? See that, Vatican City. But down here, where's it? Here says the keyhole. So you look all the way across the city at the Vatican, and you can see it. It's really neat, but again, it's all the way across the city. It's off the beaten path. I went to it though. I recommend it. And that's all. No, wait. Got a bus pass. Looks like, and a pass into the Vatican. in here too. Neat, neat, neat. What's this? Just a bundle of receipts. This is just everything I bought when I was there. I should have wrote this stuff off as income tax. So adult, you know? Yeah, this is went to a museum. An auto grill. That's like a gas station, I think. Fruta Bar Grande Mini Oreo. What was I doing buying Oreos in Italy? What was I doing? I think it was those packs of those little tiny Oreos. What was I doing? Another auto grill. Ritz. Aqua. Aqua was a drink I got a lot there. But there's other things here, like mini 𝗙𝗿𝗲𝗃𝗏. Cacao's chocolate. So some kind of mini chocolate. And Bebita gas. I don't know what that was. I have no idea what that might be. Hotel Medina. Just a card from there. I think it's stuff I just shoved in my wallet, and then when I got back, I'm like, oh, I'll keep all this. Globe Shop, $8. Oh. Where is it? Okay, it took me a moment to find it. So, Globe Shop, total $8. Paid by cash. Sorry, £8. I got £2 back. If I recall, I tried to use my card and it was declined, so I had to go down to like the ATM and get it. And I've never used this. I used to hang up in my wall home. There's cat fur on it. So an out damn spot towel. I think you can see it all in the frame. For £8. Not bad. Too bad I never use it though. Another auto grill. Again, I got the Bebita gas, Toblerone, and Pringles. I am hating the 2011 version of myself right now. You went to Europe and you got Pringles and Toblerone. Oh my god, this is embarrassing. I'm much better now. Something I bought in 𝗙𝗿𝗄𝗃𝗏 Intero. Postcards? That makes sense. For £8. €8, I'm sorry. Cuckoo Clock Center. What did I get there? We haven't touched Germany yet. But it's saying, what did I get? The Cuckoo Clock Center. Textile. Did I get a shirt? Must have got a shirt. Souvenirs. In London. It's a whole bunch of souvenirs. It just says souvenirs. Wow. Luzerne National Bank. Oh, right. I had to. This is Visa. So Lucerne in Switzerland has a different currency than the euro and the pound. So I had to get that money when I was there. Continental Electronics. Okay. So I talked about this on my blog when it happened, but again, this is so long ago, you guys probably don't know it. So when I was in London, like I used to straighten my hair all the time right back when it was longer. And there's a power converter difference between Canada and the UK. And I bought a specific thing just so I could plug in the wall and plug in my hair, my straightener into it, and I could do my hair. So it was like the first day in London, right? I'm super excited, but I was super nervous too, right? And I'm doing my hair, and it actually might have been the day I got there because of the time change. I don't remember. Anyway, so I was there, and I plugged in my hair straightener, and I was doing my hair, and I could smell something. Like, oh, maybe it's the shampoo. Maybe it's, London air. So I'm doing it, and I realized that my converter is smoking. And then me thinking, oh, that's okay. I'll just get done what I can. Pop! It popped. It didn't burst into flames, but it popped. And the power went off to my entire apartment. Or my entire hotel room. So, like, I think it was for 2 days. I didn't have power. Because I was embarrassed to tell the hotel what had happened. So one day I'm sitting in the hallway charging my phone, and I'm charging my camera, reading or something, and like a hotel security comes by and they're like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "There's no power in my room." He's like, "What?" I'm like, "There's no power. Like I have a key, you can go in. Like it's my room. I'm not just chilling in the hallway." Like I guess it looked really suspicious. So he goes in, yeah, there's no power, right? So he goes to the one next to me and knocks on the door and is like, "I'm sorry, can I come in? I had to check your closet, turn on some breakers." And so like for 2 days I had no power. And this was the receipt when I bought my new power converter for £25. And I still use the new one. It didn't burst. I used that one. I used it when I went to New York, and I used it when I went to Asia, and I think I used it again when I went back to Europe a second time. But the UK is on a different completely power grid than everywhere else, so their power is different, but it was great. And the one I got for the UK burst, exploded on the very first day. The 𝗙𝗿𝗲𝗀 Cathedral. And for some reason I went back. Oh, I bought a camera memory card at the same place I bought the charger from. The converter from. That's funny. Some of those were kind of dumb, but some of those were funny. Anyway, go back to postcards. Alright, so this is the Louvre, the Louvre, with the triangular Louvre in the front and the old building in the back. This is Notre Dame Cathedral, before the fire, obviously, a couple years before the fire. Here is Eiffel Tower. This is my pass into the Napoleon's Tomb Museum. Technically called Musée d'Armoriée, but it's a Napoleon tomb. Here's my ticket into the Eiffel Tower. I don't know why I didn't tear off the other corner of it. French people. It's so artistic. And here's the other one. I wonder why. Here's Notre Dame, again, from a different angle. This postcard's a weird shape compared to the other postcards. They're not even like the same either way. What's this? Bus. I must have taken the metro a lot when I was there. I even miss saying the word metro. Flips Hot Tips. Is this Flips Hot Tips for Paris? Flips Hot Tips for Paris. Eiffel Tower, Arc de Triomphe, Notre Dame Cathedral, Sainte-Chapelle. I don't think I even made that. Went there. Hôtel des Invalides. That's Napoleon's tomb. Catacombs. I wish I would have gone to Catacombs. I already kicked myself for that. Wish I would have spent one more day in Paris and gone to the Catacombs. Grab a crepe on the run. Ham and cheese is good, but Nutella, banana, and cream is better. Alright, there you know. My map of Paris, and I think this map is pretty worn, if I recall. The middle's torn. You can't see it as much, but there's a lot of writing on this too. What do I do with all this? What will I do with these? I don't know. More postcards. Here's one of the Arc de Triomphe. And talk about how different the French are. Look at this postcard. It's like the wrong dimensions. This is of Arc de Triomphe and it's the arch and the trees kind of leading into it. The Point Alexander III. I think it's just like a bridge. Cool. That was Paris. I'll go back to Paris just for the catacombs. The Eiffel Tower was cool, but when I went up there it was really smoggy and it kind of ruined my whole perception of Paris. This is Innsbruck. And you got the golden roof up here. You got a tower here. And honestly, I didn't really enjoy my time in Innsbruck, so I don't know much about that city. And I've said that in my blog. That there's one place I would not go back to, it's Innsbruck. Nothing against the place. It wasn't for me. Because I don't ski. Just the fact I went to Utah, I went to Salt Lake City. Here's another one. This is Innsbruck, also with the Triumph Forte. It's an arch. Skiing in Innsbruck. Is the hotel we stayed at? The Hotel Dollinger? Might have been. That's how much I enjoyed my time in Innsbruck. I don't remember where I stayed. City Guide to Innsbruck. Museum exhibitions, 2010, 2011. I think that's out of date now. And another one of Innsbruck with the tulips and some of the old buildings in the background. Talk about those, yeah. Not a whole lot for Innsbruck, but that's okay. Again, nothing wrong with that city. Just wasn't for me. I think I was paid to do an article about how much my opinion on Innsbruck changed. Hasn't changed. I lied. Some coasters. That's nice. Coasters from the Hofbrausen. This one even has beer on it. Lived in Munich. Here's a picture of Munich during the war. I think I actually bought this because I stood there in real life when I went there, and it was like how different it was. Here's Munich. It's like their main plaza. Here's Munich, a couple different sites from Munich. I'm not going to say it. It's all in German on the back. You got a fountain, you got downtown, you got, I think it's the old military building they use, but now it's a museum. You have the arch. You have the plaza. A map of Munich. I wrote that Oktoberfest on it at a certain place, like as if I'm going to be there in September in 2011. Like I'm going to be there to celebrate Oktoberfest. It was March when I went. I'm going to come back in a couple months. Just better write this down. Devil footprint. I don't know what that is. This 𝗙𝗂𝗏𝗄𝗏𝗏 city sightseeing in Munich. Hop on, hop off bus, which is actually a really convenient way to get around Europe. In the cities is a hop on, hop off bus. An art gallery they had at the 𝗙𝗂𝗏𝗏𝗏's National Museum. And some different tours. There's the Neuschwanstein Castle tour. I wish I would have gone on that, because that's like a famous castle. Everyone takes a picture of Neuschwanstein. Is that how you say it? Neuschwanstein. The cow? Would have gone there too. And I think about a 3-hour tour about the Third Reich in Munich. Why didn't I do any of these when I was there? These sound amazing. The beer challenge. The beer challenge. They say that the beer in Germany is made without alcohol, so you can drink it and not get drunk, and not get a hangover. Sorry, you can drink it and not get a hangover the next day. So they told that to people on our tour, and the tour was full of people like Australians and Kiwis and Americans, and they went to town on that alcohol, right? On the beer. The next day on the bus was really quiet because that was a lie, and they were all very hungover from that beer. And I think that might be the end of my... I have this whole thing about London. I think I bought this because I was going to London for the longest time. I think it was 4 or 5 days. And my Contiki phone card. I remember I tried to call home from Rome with this card, and I couldn't figure it out because it was like too complicated. My mom was like, Kenton, you never called from Rome like you were supposed to. I know, Mom, I'm sorry. And more receipts. These are all from London. No. This is London. That's London. La Place. I love it. They don't have to name it anything in Europe. It's called, this is the place. I have no idea what I got there. Gifts. The new bulldog. Postcards, yeah. The same? No, good. Swarovski, that's where I got Jessica, I think it was a necklace. Yeah. The only gift shop at Chapel Bridge. That's what Chapel Bridge. It's calling it. What's it calling it? Tower Bridge? It's Chapel Bridge in Lucerne. I'm sorry. Joe's Souvenirs Limited. Okay. And Frank House. What did I get? Pre-tin brief cards? Must be postcards. Because it says I got 5 of them for €1 each. So that's okay. Anyway, I think that's all I have in that bag of my trip to Europe. But here's the big thing, why we're all tuned in on this. Give me a moment, please. I have to. Because they're all different sizes. This is my stack of postcards. And this stack I will send individually to whoever fills out the form in the comment below, in the description of this form of this video. So go down to the description, fill out the form. All you have to do is put your address and your name, and maybe subscribe to my newsletter, and that's about it. And you'll get one of these in the mail. I do not have a need for this many postcards, so please fill out the form, and I'll send this to you. And maybe one day you'll get to visit these places too. It took a lot longer than I expected to for this video, so I apologize. I hope you hung on for the whole thing. I might chop it up. Otherwise, it'll be like 40 minutes long. As always, my name is Kenton Young. This is Kenton Young Travel. And I will see you next time. Wherever that is. I got it right this time. See you guys. Thanks for tuning in for this really long video. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye, guys.